Negotiators are expected to meet again next week in Cairo, Egypt, to try and secure a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Mediators from the U.S., Egypt, and Qatar released a joint statement today after meeting for the second straight day. The statement says the talks were, quote, serious and constructive and were conducted in a positive atmosphere. It also said the teams will continue working on the details of the agreement over the coming days. Meantime, the war in Gaza continues, with Israeli forces ordering new evacuations in parts of the enclave that had previously been designated civilian safe zones. Overnight, dozens of Israeli settlers attacked a Palestinian village in the West Bank, and one person was killed. The White House has urged Israeli authorities to protect all communities, calling the incident unacceptable. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Charlie D'Agata is at the Pentagon. Charlie, what more do we know about today's talks, and where do things stand in terms of a ceasefire?
Yeah, so we don't want to be premature at this precarious point in these ceasefire talks, but as you said, there appears to be progress. President Biden said moments ago, we don't want to jinx this, but we may have something. And then that joint statement, I think, is very telling. It shows a positivity. Yes, the talks have been put on hold for now with the idea that they will resume in Egypt next week. There will be mediators in the meantime working on the technicalities of those talks. It's worth noting that Hamas has not been directly involved in these ceasefire talks, but that doesn't derail the talks. In the past, they've spoken through mediators and let their concerns be known. And at the moment, anyway, and this is all part of the negotiating scheme, Hamas has rejected the implementation of the talks as they stand now. They want to go back to something, the July 2nd talks, and this is something that was put forward by the Biden administration. They say they want to go back to that. But this is just sort of horse trading before we get into those more serious talks in Egypt. But by all accounts, it looks as if progress has been made. I mean, one reporter said they've made more progress in the past 48 hours than they've made in the past 6 weeks.
Wow. OK, well, sliver of good news there. CBS News can confirm there was a phone conversation today between Qatari and Iranian authorities. We've been reporting on this potential imminent retaliatory attack from Iran. What do we know about that call?
Yeah, so this is important, okay, because I'm going to tell you why in a moment, but let me read exactly what it says. A source with knowledge of the conversation told CBS News the Qatari's PM and FM foreign minister did encourage Iran to avoid any escalation going forward in the talks in Doha, mentioned there was some progress made, and stressed the need for these ongoing talks to be given a chance. What this tells you is that the Iranians are closely monitoring these talks, if not perhaps influencing these talks from the outside. And it may be one of the reasons that they've been holding fire about that retaliation. Another big reason is there's huge buildup of U.S. forces in the region. So you get the USS Theodore Roosevelt, that's a carrier strike group. Another one is on the way, should be there in the next few days. You've got a submarine capable of launching 150-plus cruise missiles. There are F-22 fighter jets that are already in the neighborhood, F-18 fighter jets that are already within striking distance. F-35s are on the way with that new carrier strike group coming in. There are 40,000 U.S. forces in the region as we speak. All of this has been done. When you speak to people in this building, it's done as a deterrent for Iran or Hezbollah. I'll mention that in a second, and also for the defense, primarily the defense of U.S. forces who have been coming under attack in the region, but also for the defense of Israel. The big question mark here, yes, the thinking here is that Iran will hold fire until we see the conclusion of these talks. What we don't know is what Hezbollah is going to do, because Hezbollah has threatened retaliation. We're not exactly sure how much communication is going on. You know, Hezbollah is an Iranian-backed group, how much that is done in coordination with the Iranians, or if they'll wait. What we can tell you is Hezbollah is already in a position to strike at little or no notice. They've already got the weaponry there. They've already done it, as we've seen over the past few days. Iran, too, can perform a limited strike with their positioning. So the big question mark now is what Hezbollah does. Are they going to follow suit, as we believe the Iranians will, in holding off with any large-scale retaliation until these talks either continue or conclude?
CBS News senior national security correspondent Charlie D'Agata, thank you so much.
Thank you.